What's up?
I want to ask you something about this world.
All right then.
You elves are not all what I had imagined.
The humans are not what I had imagined as well. Less like greenhorns and without so many stupid questions on the tips of their tongues. There's just so many different kinds of elves. Every little child understands that.
Back to, reality. How did you get to know Mr. Teeth?
Oh, well, there used to be a competition where you could win trips around the world.
What kind of ridiculous story is this? You're just lying.
Who cares? But you're right. I won't tell you the truth anyway. It'd be much too complicated for your simply structured intellectual mechanism.
About those challenges.
Oh, I hope you won't start complaining now, because you only have yourself to thank for that. Well then, what do you want to know?
Can you tell me something about the fear of failure?
I guess you know the dreadful feeling when 1,000 eyes stare at you while they're just waiting for a mistake that makes them spitefully laugh at you. Just like me now. I guess you humans call that feeling stage fright.
There was no need to put it that precisely.
You have to be really conscious of that fear, I reckon. Apart from that, you're the kind of guy who's scared stiff of something like that. That's rather tempting.
I've never worried about disappointments. I stand above that.
Look who's talking. You're always afraid of your so-called buddies ignoring you or letting you down because you're just the funny guy with the quirk. And because you're afraid of disappointment, you don't even start lots of things in order to make sure you can't fail. Just don't even try to talk your way out of this. I can see into the depths of your soul.
I don't fear loneliness. It just ensures that everybody leaves me alone.
You don't want to be left alone. You want everything a boy of your age usually wants. Lots of friends, and most of all, a girlfriend.
What exactly is the fear of being afraid?
Nobody likes to be afraid, that's for sure. But you also can really be afraid of being afraid. That's about the worst thing to happen, because you might end up spiritually paralyzed.
I'm not that far already.
But you might end up there. To protect yourself from such a state, you have to learn to overcome yourself. What you need is courage, you big hero.
Tell me, this fear of death, I hope this challenge isn't dangerous.
How do you mean that? This challenge is to check whether you're afraid of death. How can I guarantee you that you won't die?
But in adventures like this, the hero never dies.
Ha! Guess how many said that before you? You can visit them all. At the cemetery.
Let's talk about something else. Enough said. Lots of official stuff. I don't think I need this. Lots of official stuff. The number board shows 13. Does this mean bad luck?
Stop! What do you want?
I would like to talk to the town councillor.
Ha! Lots of people want this and only a few are able to. Why should I let you, of all people, pass?
You have to let me pass. I want to help the town.
Many people say that. But you can't trick me. You hear? Not me.
I want to free the town from its curse.
Curse? What curse? I don't know of any curse.
Well, I heard different things.
Nonsense. There is no curse. And if there was one, it wouldn't be any of your business.
I'm Melvin. And who are you?
You don't know who Yorog is? Is that possible? You really don't know who you are talking to?
The Cerberus guarding the entrance to the underworld, which can only be lured away by a vampire cat?
I'm the janitor!
Oh no! I didn't know. I'm so sorry. How could I be so disrespectful? Why do janitors always have to show off like that?
You have no idea. As a janitor, there is quite a lot you have to do to get the respect you merit.
Oh, so that's what it's all about. And I thought you were just taking out your frustration about your messed up life on as many people as possible.
Excuse me? You dirty rascal!
People have called me worse things.
Just a little sip to calm my nerves. Stop! What do you want?
Okay then. I would like an appointment with the town councillor. What do I have to do to get one?
Ah, you accept your destiny. I like that. You can't escape it anyway. So whoever wants to see the town councillor must take a number. Here, take this.
Okay, this says 9,988. The board says 13. Don't tell me this means what I think it does.
The whole thing is pretty easy. There are 9,975 morons waiting in front of you. At the current speed, it would be your turn in about 16 years, 7 months, and 11 days.
I can't wait that long. Isn't there a way to speed things up a little?
You could apply for an expedited procedure like the 9,975 people before you. However, their applications haven't been processed yet either. And since we are so overworked with the processing of all these expedited applications, things will slow down even more in the end.
Great. What am I supposed to do with this number slip now? I have to find someone with a lower number.
What's up?
I've got a question about the people in the town.
Come on, who should I badmouth?
Yorog is a real horror.
Yorok? He's got a swatter.
Beg your pardon?
No, I mean that literally. He's got an elf swatter. He's a psychopath, and like all janitors, he thinks he's the ruler of the world.
Enough of all this trash talking. Enough said. Golden Ox Inn. Looks more like a dive to me.
What's up?
Have you been an innkeeper for a long time?
Sure, as long as I can think of. However, my parents say I started thinking quite late.
Not exactly crowded in here.
Of course not. It's daytime. People tend to come at night. Then it gets really crowded in here. At least that's what I assume because the till is always filled the next morning. Another possibility could be that I raise the prices at night.
See you later. This was obviously made by the hands of a structural designer. An ordinary stinky trash can. Looks like an Irish pub, somehow. And smoking is prohibited here too. This is the way to the hotel rooms. I bet the innkeeper uses this to sweep the drunks to the street. I've got a question about the people in the town.
Come on, who should I badmouth?
Does Olaf rent out a lot of rooms?
Oh, Olaf surely has a lot of house guests, especially cockroaches, bedbugs and rats. But don't you worry, they'll only turn up in your room when you're sound asleep.
Enough of all this trash talking. Enough said. Good, pussycat.
Stupid pussycat.
That's Latin, I think. At least it sounds incredibly highbrowish.
Nonsense. It says, we don't know and we don't care.
Those are pretty ordinary craft scissors. Well, maybe I can use them. Dear me, how can a desk be so tidy? There's a parchment sheet in the book. It seems to be some kind of document. I guess nobody cares if I have a closer look at it. What kind of strange candy is that? Ugh, they're really sticky. I guess they've been lying here for quite a while. I better ask Jonas first before I take some. Maybe the stuff is poisoned.
Hands off! It's full of poison!
That's a legal document that forbids using the Anubis head in the town as a magic symbol. It is signed by Lucas the Lunatic. If you take into account how many influential magicians in town might own something like that, the term lunatic seems to be more than fitting. That's a lighter that you can wind up? Wow, the people here are so far ahead of many people in my world. They already know that the world isn't flat.
Sorry? Idiot. The people here still think that the world is round. Not all worlds look like yours. I don't dare think what happened to all the brave navigators who set out to sail the world.
What can I do for you, young man?
What are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm Talon's librarian. If you're looking for a particular book, just let me know. I'm sure I can help you.
The library really is a great building.
Isn't it? Damianus V donated the library to the town some centuries ago. Damianus was an educated man and very generous.
That sounds really noble.
Oh yes, oh yes. Unfortunately, he was so generous that we finally ended up with an unparalleled library without any books in it. Oh yes, my predecessors had put a lot of work into turning these walls into a centre of knowledge.
Have you been the librarian for a long time?
Surely not as long as Yorick has been the town hall's janitor, but almost eternally, nevertheless. I've spent most of my life in this library. Can you imagine anything nicer than that?
To be honest, yes.
Oh yes, today's tempestuous youth. No time for books, just illustrated magazines with speech bubbles. And I'd rather not even mention all those newfangled game devices that are powered by magic.
What's this poison all about?
Ah, yes, the poison stuff I mixed the other day. It's for the mice. They always gnaw on all my books. Unfortunately, they don't touch the stuff, I must admit. In a way, I'm happy about it.
I thought you wanted to protect your books.
Oh, yes. But have you ever seen those cute little animals with their innocent button eyes? You can't kill something as sweet as that. I'd like to dump the poison out, but then I'd just replace it again at night.
What are these funny drops in this little bowl?
Ah, yes, the candy. Take some if you like. A bit sweet and gooey, but they're handmade. I hope they'll make the library and the books more tasty to the younger generation. Yet I must admit that it doesn't really work.
Let me guess. The kids spend the afternoon at the dentist because the candy makes their teeth rot.
Quite possible. I guess today's youth would rather lose all its teeth than open a book. Oh, that's really sad.
I found a wonderful book about animals here. Can you tell me something about it?
Ah, you found the old compendium of creatures. Oh, yes, that's really a great book. The pictures have something very magical.
But what kind of animals are these?
I don't know much about it. I never was really interested in biology. As far as I know, all those species used to live in these parts. You can see that they were very magical, can't you? But these days most of the animals have vanished, and the remaining ones are so shy that most of the inhabitants of Talon never ever get to see them.
Here's the solution to your mouse problem. Fish soup.
Is that fish soup? No, take it with you. It stinks terribly.
Come here, kitty. Meow. Come here. I've got fish soup for you.
What can I do for you, young man?
Here's the solution to your mouse problem. Fish soup.
Is that fish soup? No, take it with you. It stinks terribly.
It's not for you. It's for the cat.
Meow.
A cat? Marvellous. It'll scare away the mice. Well, that's wonderful. Be a gem and take away the poison, but don't you go and do something silly with it.
I should take it away before the cat drinks it.